And good afternoon, and welcome back to another exciting episode of RSG Lunch Hour. I'm Ranger J 1999, part of the RSG crew. Welcome, everybody, to our lunch stream. And if you're asking, what is the lunch stream, if you're new to the show, well, this is where we're just hanging out with you wonderful folks for the next hour or so. We do a roster review, we answer some of your questions, and kind of let madness ensue everywhere. Glad to have everybody aboard. If you do have questions, go ahead and get those in, and the Soulless One, Sanely Red, will scoop them up and get those questions answered for you. So speaking of Sanely's here today. Sanely, how are you?
It's going good.
Glad to have you aboard as usual. We also have Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman. And Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman is actually in a meeting, I think.
Yeah.
Possibly, maybe, sorta, kinda.
Yep.
Yeah, but we have Dana instead, and that's an improvement. So, hi, Dana.
Hi, good afternoon.
Glad to have you.
Thanks. I'm just waking up, actually.
Yeah.
Right before you called, I just woke up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, crap.
Yeah, well, you got your coffee, and
I did.
Yeah, you see, that's all that matters. And also join us somewhere around a bunch of kids is Stoner Jedi.
What's up, guys?
We go to our intrepid field reporter, Stoner Jedi, who's out on the scene of school. Stoner, what can you tell us what's happening out there?
It's madness here, guys. It's madness.
My God, Stoner, but watch out, they have weapons.
Ow.
A sad day for the news.
It's game over, man. Game over.
And of course, that voice you hear as well, that would be the one and only Graham, the mechanic, is here.
Wasabi.
Yeah. You guys had fun with your Borderlands stream yesterday?
Oh yeah, it was Zabiff, I swear.
Mm-hmm. If you did not check that out, please go check it out. I have not been doing any Battlefront. V got his new class schedule, and it's really he's got a full load, so of classes. So it maybe till Friday.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might want to finish that one.
Well, I kind of hiccuped, burped, kind of thing. So I was like, well, let me finish that thought. But yeah, his class schedule is really crazy. So. That'll probably be Friday. There's some big announcements for Battlefront 2 upcoming with some of the changes. So we'll get into that stuff and start playing again here soon, guys. So and if you, I'm trying to think. So let's get to the mechanisms real quick. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit the thumbs up on the video. It really does help us out. Also, if you could subscribe. If you're watching the content here, then please subscribe and spread the word about RSG. We do all kinds of fun games and stuff for the community. It really does help us out. And if you didn't see last night, we were on the Operation Metaverse with T-Money and GOM, good old Maurice, and had a good old time doing that last night. T-Money was there, but not really, because she kept going out because she was out in the middle of the woods somewhere fiddling.
Yeah.
So, but it was fun. We covered a lot of stuff. So if you haven't checked that out, go to the Operation Metaverse so you can check us out there. Also, make sure you guys check out our Patreon. We're almost at our first goal. I think the first goal we set for Patreon was 300, and we're 200 something right now for pledges. So
Nice.
Yeah, that's why our community kicks out. So great. Can't thank you guys enough for that. Also, we do roster reviews on here, and people keep asking, well, how do I get on a roster review? Well, it's real simple. First of all, join our Discord. If you haven't joined our Discord, you should. It's over 1,000 people that love gaming. We got channels set up for everything. But for specifically Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, we do have it set up to where you've got all kinds of channels for that as well, and there's a great group of people that can help you with that. On top of that, if you would like a roster review specifically, all you need to do is just send your Star Wars Galaxy Heroes.gg page with the information into Dr. Finn. Make sure he acknowledges that you did send it to him, and then we'll get you into the queue. We try to get through these as fast as we can. You just have to be a little bit patient, but we will always let you know ahead of time when we're going to do your roster review, so you can be on that day watching, so you can listen live if possible. Sometimes people just can't be on because of work and stuff, but that's okay. We're still going to knock out the roster review for you. And that's how that works. So, speaking of the old roster review, let's see what we got today. Oh my God, look who it is, folks. It's JVU420, my dear Lord in heaven. And he is in Knights of Speedman. Now, normally what would happen here is I would say, well, Dr. Finn, what does he want? Well, he's not here right now, so I am going to pull that up right now, if it'll let me.
Well, I can sum it up pretty quick. You know, JVU, you will go home and rethink your life.
That's right.
No, Grim.
That's wrong.
That's not it. That's wrong. You're bad.
You're a very bad man.
He wants to know.
Go ahead, Dana.
Okay, he wants to know about ships and who to Zeta next. He says, I know you guys are always saying to stay the course, but I'm all over the place. I have 2 Zetas ready and almost a 3rd.
Well, damn it.
Well, let's see what Zetas he's got.
Let's look at his ships.
Hey, JVU.
Wow, he's got a 6-star Sith Rider.
Ooh.
Oh, I hit squads instead of ships. Damn it.
The whale is strong with this one.
Bet that ship sucks.
Spent money, yes.
He's got 39 Zetas. Wow.
Yeah, he's been
Whoa.
slacking. Slacking, JV. Let's see. Ships. Looking at his ships, he's got everything. What the? Is this what the? No! Run whatever you like, JV. What the hell? My God. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It just says ships, but I don't know what ships.
JVU, what are you running now?
I blame Dr. Finn for this.
Damn it, Finn.
For real, right? Let's see. He says I fall to 50. Well, could be your lineup. I don't know who you're using. Tell us who you're using. And then someone could look at his
his
Zetas.
entire first page of secondary speeds, the whole page is 15 plus.
No, it's
He's got some really nice mods.
We're supposed to be looking at Zetas. Quit drooling over his other stuff there, Graham.
Yeah, I just said he has 39 Zetas. I'm looking at all of them.
I know.
Oh, wait, there's one Zeta he could use. He's only got Unmasked Kylo's leader.
I'm here.
Yay.
Hey.
Alright, so he says Thrawn lead with Vader, TFP, and Biggs. Alright, so it's a good lineup, JV, but if you want to climb up higher, you gotta have the Geos. I'm sorry, it's just, you gotta run Geos, and you can either run it with Executrix, or you can run it with Akbar's ship. I mean, it's just the way it is, because anybody and everybody can beat the lineup you have with their own lineup, right? You can climb with it, and it somewhat holds on defense, but I mean, you're not going to drop out of the top 100, but if you want to get into that top 20, you're going to have to go to Geos. And I see that you've got Sunfact. You've got the ships to do it. So you need to be running Geos. And you have 2 options. You can try to play around with this. You can either go to Tarkin and then have a lot of Empire come off the bench, like Tide Vance, the things of that nature. Or you can go home 1 and run the Geos, which you can easily do, and then have like Go's Phantom being your first 2 reinforcements off the deck. That lineup, especially where you're at with your gear and your characters, is what you should be running. The team you're running now, it's too susceptible to being beaten on defense. I mean, it holds, but the RNG, I mean, it's too easy to get around. That's why you're having problems with that, because ships is too evenly balanced in that sense. The only way you can get ahead of the curve of everybody is running Geos. So you're going to have to do that. I mean, you save up for, well, yeah. Well, I don't know. Gear-wise and stuff, you're solid with those. Yeah, no, you do need the Omegas, but I mean, I think even now, even without the Omegas, I still think you could be okay running that ship lineup. What do you think, Dr. Finn?
So what was the lineup? Sorry, I'm just kind of catching up.
We're trying to switch him to Geo lineup, but he says he doesn't have all the ship Omegas done on them. But they're all.
You don't need Geo.
Well, the lineup he's running right now is he's getting out of the top 50, but that's the.
So what was his lineup? Did he say it in the chat?
You know, if you would, if you would actually read and listen to Dr. Finn instead of.
I was in a meeting.
No, what you and your porgs and Ewoks do is interfering with what we're trying to do here.
My porg wore a tie. It was adorable. It was a great meeting.
It was
a porg with a tie is on.
No, it is not. No, but
okay. I saw that he said he's running Thrawn, Biggs, TFP, and Biggs, and Vader. So. I mean, you can beat Geos with that. Here's the thing. So, I don't know what your attack strategy is. Attacking Geo Spy first is the bad thing. So, and I've had to play around with it because I run that same lineup. I can beat the Geo lineup. The only thing is I always attack Geonosian Soldier first, actually.
Yeah.
Because he's like the easiest one to take out. Sunfac is too tanky. You'll end up kind of wasting your effort. And if you attack Geo Spy, everything sells and you're forced to attack Sunfac. But you can take out Geo Soldier first. You do have a Gear 12 Vader, which is really good because Sunfac won't be taunting when it's Chimera's turn, and you can call the assist of the TIE Advance on Geo Soldier and take out Geo Soldier. Mm-hmm. And once Soldier is gone, now you only have 2 Geos left, and they're not as strong without all of the added assists.
Right.
So, I mean, you can. So if you want to switch to Geos, and I am, just for reference, I am working on my Geos because they are a solid kind of second fleet. But I can still beat them with Biggs, TIE Fighter, and TIE Fighter Pilot. But I've had to really kind of play around with the order to figure out what the best. Look, it was a struggle at the beginning until I kind of learned how to fight them a little bit better. So I think you can still beat them. You can try with Geos, but your Geos do need to be pretty well. Like you do need to max out the ships and your characters, and I see that you have pretty much. Seems like you have Gear 12 of all of the Geos, and I know you said you're working on the Omegas for the characters. Omega, they're uniques first. The ones that give all of the they're not called uniques. What are they called? Crew. So that you can give all of the bonuses to all of the other Geo ships, like the increased chance to assist, increased accuracy, all that fun stuff. That's what you should focus on first in terms of your ship Omegas. And then you can probably run them. But you need to change your capital ships also. How is his capital ships? Did you guys look at that already?
They're all maxed. I mean, the only one that doesn't have a Gear 12 character is Endurance.
No, but I mean ability-wise.
It seems like Chimera's the highest at 92%.
But you're not going to run Geos under Chimera.
No,
so he also has to...
Well, you know, if you let me finish, damn it, Finn. Home one would be second with 86%, so... Execution is only 71. He does have Gear 12 Tarkin, but he probably have to make some investment in Execution.
I could chime in on that one, actually.
Yeah, tell Dr. Finn what to do.
So what I did with my bugs was I got them all up to Gear 11, you know, and plus 2 or 3 gear on Gear 11, right? And I put all the Omegas on Sunfac and Geonosian Soldier, the Omegas on the characters, right? And you know, Geonosian Spy for me and ships will hit like 80 to 100K without his Omegas on the character, right? So now the ships, I went all in everything on the Omegas for the bugs. But now what I do is I'm still working on both Tarkin and Home 1 at the same time. Chipping away, I already did both their leader abilities, but what I'm running right now is Chimera, and the AI will start out, like if you're going against a mirror match with Chimera or anything like that too, he's going to do the speed down AoE first, right? But say regardless whether yours goes first or second, you just do the healing immunity or the buff, right? Give the Spy and Geonosian Soldier offense up, and then you can take out 2 of their ships with the specials from Spy and Soldier. And again, that's Chimera maxed out. Everybody jumped on Chimera right away, potentially. So once you get the bugs up to Gear 11 and you go all in on the Omegas for the ships, it'll be a great investment for you. And I get up to first place if I want to, if I climb every day too with Chimera. So
There you go. So there is some flexibility, and you've got the flexibility, JV420, to do this. I mean, he doesn't have to ship Omegas for the bugs, but
all you really need are the uniques. Once you get the uniques, everything else is gravy. But you want the uniques.
Once you chip away at the basic after you do the uniques, they hit really hard. There's a lot of assist, even if you're running Chimera Executrix. If you do run home one, it's a really fast ship and it helps more with the assist. But it doesn't seem like the damage output's there with the assist and the special ability, in my opinion. So you're better off with home one. I'm sorry, not home one, but Tarkin's Executrix or Chimera, only because I'm so comfortable with Chimera's special ability with the instant kill, right? So that's why I like running the ship on offense and defense too, and potentially Executrix is the meta ship. It's just I need to still put some more gear on Tarkin. So
here's the fun new thing, and we discussed this a little bit yesterday on Operation Metaverse, and we'll end up discussing it tonight too. So Houndstooth is the new ship that's coming in, right? It's basically going to be a counter to Geos, but it's going to be susceptible to Biggs, TIE Fighter, and Vader, which is the team that you're running. So you may very well see a shift in arena back to Chimera, Biggs, TIE Advanced, and TIE Fighter, simply because Houndstooth is just a really good counter to Geos, because Geos don't have a whole kit. Their kit is basically calling for assists and mass damage. That doesn't work very well on Houndstooth. And so you'd have to go potentially gear 12 and go all in on the bugs just to get that Houndstooth off the board on the other side. It's gonna be even more of an investment for what you're doing in ships potentially. And you're gonna have those people who wail out on the ship too as well, and that's gonna be scary to see in your arena shard for sure.
All right, how are we looking on his Zetas? What are you seeing there, Graham?
He's got a lot of freaking Zeta.
Well, he's got two in the pocket with a possible third rating, ready to rock and roll. So,
I mean, he's got.
He's
39 one that he's missing, and it's Cruise unique.
Yes, we want to do that.
But he's got Treya double Zeta. He's got Vader double Zeta, EP double Zeta, Cyan Zeta, Nihilus Zeta, Nest Zeta. I mean,
maybe he can go Kira.
He could go for Kira Zeta, but he.
What about Jedi Basila? I'm assuming it's done.
Yeah, Basila has her
Hermit Yoda.
Initiative Zeta. Hermit Yoda, I saw him on here. He's got strength flows from the Force. I mean, he's only got.
You could put a Zeta on DACA and then just get the refund when they do the zombie change. Just get it right back. Sorry. I couldn't resist.
Fell.
It's true.
Ooh, I love you.
Zeta correctly already, so I don't know, maybe.
Bosk, maybe? I'm just trying to think of ones that I...
He has Bosk.
Oh,
Save it.
Damn.
Save it. Well, you can do the second one on Kylo Ren on Mass and then save all of your rest.
Yeah.
You might it for Aura Singh, because or
Django when he comes.
I mean, I can see potential Zetas that are useful for him looking at his roster, but I mean, he has so many that honestly, I would be at the point where I'm like, a new character might provide me something better, because he can do the second one on BB-8. He can do combat analysis on R2. You could do Barriss, because he doesn't have Barriss' Zeta.
Oh, no, we got.
You want
Zeta
the other
Barriss.
one on Kylo Ren?
Sorry, because Zeta Barriss is needed.
I don't know if he's. I mean, he's doing fine without it, right? So what's the point?
Well, it just makes him more powerful, and power is what rules the galaxy, Finn.
I mean, I don't deny that it's a good Zeta, but he's at the point where it's not really going to probably change his gameplay. Like Barris is a really good Zeta for people that are struggling in like or want like another team in arena in order to counter like crit heavy teams.
I'm just thinking territory wars is good to have. It's very good.
Yeah,
to
I mean
have.
it's good with GK and territory wars if you want to have.
Yeah,
that.
like a second Jedi team.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, Barris would probably be one, and definitely Scarred would be your first one on Kylo Ren Unmasked. But I mean, I wouldn't actually mind if he's in a position just to save because they're dropping new characters so often now.
Yeah, and
who
they're
knows
becoming
when the
so
next time you get another.
farmable.
Yeah, and then a 3-star Bastila is viable as long as you put a Zeta on her. Like there may be another character that comes along that gives you that.
Or like Vandor Chewie, Vandor Chewie's free to play, but he takes a couple months to farm now. So like when he becomes 7 stars, that's something down the road for Territory Wars defense.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably say you could do once you're done with Scarred on Kylo Ren Unmasked. It's up to you if you want to do Barris, but otherwise just save it. I don't see anything wrong with saving.
Yeah, because there's so much more down the road that we're speculating on, and like when they hinted what was it, T3 came out, they were like, the droids won't be meta that we see as of right now, but who knows, what if like when the Grievous comes around, the droids become meta or something like that potentially. Grievous needs a Zeta, so.
I blame Finn.
Me too.
You're not wrong.
All right, so that's what he asked us to look at today. So we looked at his ships and gave him some ideas, and we looked at his Zetas and gave him some ideas. Anything else?
Just for reference, he did, and he PM'd me. I forgot to include it there. He has 2 Zetas ready and almost a third one. So.
Finn, are you listening to anything I am saying?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, he's hoarding them. Wow.
No, I already brought that up, Finn.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's awesome, though.
What are you, Grande today? What is going on with you, Finn?
I wasn't here. When did you say it?
Why you were here? And Dana said it.
Yep.
Yep, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, see?
Yeah.
At least you're man enough to admit it.
Yep. So I'm trying to work on an email post the meeting in order to send it out to everyone. Because, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good call, Finn.
Priorities.
Today is busy. Today is very busy.
Priorities.
Yeah.
I apologize to Dana.
That's funny. Only he apologized to me.
I know, right? All right. So, but JV, if you have more specific questions, just send me a message, man. We'll get you squared away. But not that we really need to help you because your roster is disgusting, dude.
Yeah.
Oh God, no! Just
Hi, if I had a roster like this, I'd never leave the house. Holy cow!
Did you see what Jojason wrote? No one listens to Ranger unless he's singing.
Oh.
I listen to Ranger. It's just I'm distracted right now because I just got out of a meeting late
I'm used to it, Doja-san. It's fine. All right. But yeah, JV, just hook up with us if you have any more specific questions as you kind of are doing what we, what we suggested. If you have questions about anything, like with any roster review, we're always available to help you out with those specific questions. But thank you for letting us look at your roster. It's a disgustingly good roster. I mean, we were trying to grasp at straws here to try to tell you what you
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you have everything. Go win. Just go forward and win. Jesus. All right. So if you haven't had any questions in, then please go ahead and get them in. Stanley will scoop them up. Oh, JV420 just donated $5. Says, thanks for the review. You guys are awesome. Nope, you're awesome, JV420.
I hope you didn't kill anyone I know.
And by him saying you guys are awesome, he's referring to everybody but Finn. So everybody, great job. You're all awesome.
Especially Dana.
Yes.
Aww.
All right. Let's get to some questions. I'm going to pull up the events. It's the same one as yesterday. Let's see here. Let's just get these battles started. Okay, put their Night Sisters in. Should be the same team I had yesterday. And action.
Nathaniel Miller, question. I've heard some of the RSG guys recommend you only farm hard notes. Does this still apply after you have the character to 7-star? If so, why?
Not necessarily. No. You want to switch to another hard node. There's plenty of hard node farming everywhere. Trust me. we're at that late end game stuff, and we are still farming the snot out of hard nodes. It's
So I just finished Visas today, right?
Yeah.
And
now we're farming.
just I only got Bosk and Vandor left, so Bosk about to be 6 stars in the next couple of days. But to note on the comment too, though, like the light side hard nodes on the last page, I like to do some of those over there for the hard nodes for, like the shard shop currency from the ships, the character shard, and then there's some really good gear over there too as well.
Captain Obvious says it's not 420, it's 420. I know what it is, Captain Obvious.
420.
At least I ain't doing that 350.
God
Goddamn woman, I told you to say 420, but you just say 4. Well, that damn loudness monster in JB, you just said 420. Damn woman, just give him 350, move on.
I heard 420 is all I heard.
What's up, Chrome?
It's 420 and immediately joined the call.
Yep.
Goddamn Chrome
His
cover.
ears were ringing. It's like he's talking about 420.
He always smoking weed and just hanging out. I tried to give him some chicken. And
Trump was
350,
like
he
all,
wouldn't go until 420.
Chrome was all like, I sense a disturbance in the swag.
It's like, what is this I feel?
You guys want to get high?
Next question.
Revenator, question: do you think bounty hunters under Aura Singh leadership will become a new counter to Night Sister teams using the paper zombie technique? Paper zombie technique.
We've already got Night Sister counters.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need another.
I mean, they could be.
I don't know.
They
I mean,
only
like-
recover protection, though. Is that what he's... I'm not sure what he's looking at in terms of calling it a counter. I mean, Aura Singh gains health steal and all that kind of stuff, but the leader only does protection recovery, if I remember correctly, not health. And so technically, Plague wouldn't fall off. You would get the payout, but... yeah, I'm not sure what in particular he's looking at in terms of calling it a counter. I don't disagree necessarily, because I think there's a lot of kit goodness in Bounty Hunter. Like, Bounty Hunter's a kit is just ridiculously good, and they have like so much extra. But I guess I'm just not seeing the pure counter with Aura Singh lead. I think Bosk is probably still better. But
All right, next question.
Nathaniel Miller, question: I don't have any of the newer bounty hunters worked up yet. Is Cad Bane's rework enough that he should replace Zam in my bounty hunter team?
I'd say, well, if you're doing a thermal detonator team,
Absolutely
no.
not. But I mean, she's just a better fit right now. But I think with the new bounty hunters, with Aura Singh, and I'm guarantee you Django's coming around the corner. I think that for that team, yeah, I think Django would, because you're going to use both anyway. It's going to be 5 for the Empire era, 5 for the Clone War era, and I think with everything said and done, I think Cad and Zam will be those pieces that do things on that specific team, as Greedo and those guys will be doing stuff for that team that'll make it really awesome. So we'll see. Once we get everything revealed, we'll have a better understanding of what you can and can't interact with and who goes where. But as right now, I still like Zam for the thermal detonators. I just think it's a better strategy. But I do like the reworks that they did for Cad Bane. I think it does make him better. Does it make him extraordinary? No. Should you go out and stop what you're doing, farm immediately? No. But, we still haven't got a Zam rework. I don't know if we are going to get a Zam rework, but we'll see.
Hudson, question: are you guys baseball fans? Who's your favorite team? Mine's Tampa Bay.
We all know the answer to that. Houston Astros.
Oh, that's awesome. Go Rays. I'm from St. Pete right here, too.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Favorite baseball team, huh? The Houston Oilers.
Well, I can't really.
Atlanta Braves, baby.
I'm a Braves and a Red Sox fan.
No comment?
Yeah.
You could have gone with Graham and the Oilers.
Love you, Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Red Sox and Braves for me.
Corn.
The band or the vegetable?
Both.
Just trying to
Yes.
describe his food.
Something.
Next question.
DSP question: which Geo Omega do you need to do first?
Yes.
I concur.
You mean like the ship, right?
Yeah,
I
think
assume it means
Sunfat.
ship.
Sunfat.
I like Spy, just 'cause
Fail.
the damage output.
You'll do Sunfat and you'll like it.
Oh, DSP says that Dana has to answer.
Oh,
The
well,
question.
Dana.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't watch sports. I don't I don't know anything about
the
them.
Geo,
So-
the Geo Omega one. The Ship Omega.
Oh, I thought you were asking. Sorry.
Oh
I
my
read the
God.
chat. He said "Go Mariners," and then he said you have to answer.
Uh,
So that's what he meant.
Oh, okay. No, he meant the ship's unique.
Oh,
Oh,
I have no idea.
We surveyed 100 Danas. Top 5 answers on the board. Name a ship Omega that you would use. She's like, Mariners.
ding.
Survey says.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you want all three, so I mean, whether it's
Sun
first
fact
or last,
first.
I mean,
Yeah, Sun fact first.
yeah, Sun Fact is. Just do Soldier last. Sun Fact is 5 first, since we got a
There you go.
disagreement.
Yeah, I agree. So Soldier is probably the last one. I would probably do Spy first, but Sun Fact first is fine also.
He's
Ha! See,
This being
Finn agreed with me.
trolled.
Ha!
Okay, he was talking about the baseball one. So talk about baseball then, Dana.
okay. Yeah, so I have no idea about any. The only sport that I can tolerate watching is hockey.
Dana, just give him 350 and tell him to shut up. Get him out of there, Dana. Give him 350.
We don't have cable. I haven't had cable for like
What? Damn it.
over 10 years.
You definitely
maybe
got to give
long-
you
probably
350.
longer.
Get you some of that cable.
So I don't watch any sports, but I could watch hockey. That's about it.
There you go.
But I wouldn't know the names of. I mean, I've heard some of the names of the teams, but
Pittsburgh
if you ask,
Penguins.
like, all right, I'll go with that.
All right.
It's your home
Let's
state.
move
You
on to
always
the
go
next
with home
question
state.
before Dana's head explodes.
Go Bolts!
Well, I got Florida too. So what's in Florida?
Dolphins, Miami Dolphins.
No, it's not a hockey team, goddammit.
No,
Your Tampa
there's the
Bay
Tampa
Lightning.
and the Florida Panthers.
Lightning.
There's a
All
Lightning
right,
and the Florida Panthers, but that's Miami.
Florida don't need to have hockey teams. That's
Hey,
fine.
shut up! I love playing ice hockey. You shut your mouth right now.
Give him 350, Finn.
I
Yeah,
ain't
I'll go
giving
with
no
Lightning.
350.
Revenator. Question for Finn: porg with a tie or porg with a bow tie?
Oh, bow tie.
Bow tie is more
Bow-
adorable. Tie is more formal.
What about a hangman's tie?
No.
What do you mean?
Next question.
Chewy. Question: can Ranger do a Rodney Dangerfield impression?
You know, I've never. Boy, that's that. Now that's the name I've not heard in a long time. Rodney Dangerfield. Let me think.
He's hard.
He
He's
posted
unique. He's like
afterwards.
loud and
Yeah, no, you
boisterous.
get no respect.
That's exactly what he put. He said, "I got no respect. No respect."
Yeah.
He put that right afterwards. It doesn't show up. Though.
Yeah, I gotta work on that. I haven't done a Rodney Dangerfield ever. I know who he is. Like, no, you get no respect. You know, but it's
You gotta do the bug eyes too, though. When
Yeah.
you're doing your skits, you gotta pop your eyes out a little bit.
I could work on it. I mean, I just boy, blast from the past. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that's something I'll look into.
we're all getting laid.
I love that.
Him on Johnny Carson was amazing.
Oh my God, Stanley just jumped in.
There you go. Stanley did it for you. Someone stepped up and helped me out, so I don't have to do every voice in Magical Demand.
Oh my God.
Matthew Mack. Question: as a newer player, about a month, what is the goal for arena ranking? Obviously, you try to get as high as possible. Currently, just outside the top 100.
You're doing pretty solid for being just a month player.
Minimum is
Yeah.
200.
Yeah. So if you're in the top 100 around that mark, that's pretty decent. actually, for a newer player. I mean, if you're not welling out, then yeah, that's solid. You want to try to shoot for the top 50 initially, and just kind of take it from there. But that's pretty good. Usually, newer shards really competitive in the beginning of the arena because everybody's like, "Oh, what's this? Kill everybody!" And you're all even, except for the whales that are like up the top 10 that have spent a lot of money to get ahead. So yeah, you're doing all right. Not too shabby. Try to go for 50. And if you have a question about your team, that's what we're here for. Spend 350.
Okay, Matthew Mack. Question: as a newer player, about a month, what is a goal? Oh wait, no, we already did that one. Nathaniel Miller. Question: is the bonus tier of the assault battle winnable with Phoenix? If so, what team and what gear/Zetas?
Yes, I've won it with not using Chopper. Gear 9, Hera, Ezra, Gear 8, everyone else.
Yeah, you can do it. It's a little bit of RNG dependent, but it can be done. And but Night Sisters I've shown it
So
multiple
much
days.
easier.
You just put them in there with the sash sleeve. They just keep them from going. Just wreck. It's so much easier.
Like you have to get offense down on Sidious before he takes his first turn. If you're using Phoenix. Yeah, if you don't have offense down with Kanan on him, you're dead.
You're basically
at least you can survive and heal back up and just whittle them down. Yeah. Use that speed boost, that little bonus ability. It gives you a ton of speed for your team.
Yeah. You have to be smart about when you use your abilities. But if you
stagger.
But if they're gear 10 or higher, you still do pretty decently because they can survive the hit. Lower gear levels, you're going to get wiped.
I use arena mods for the record on my 5 when I used to use Phoenix, so I had to. I couldn't beat it without arena mods. So
but Night Sister is just so much easier. But if you're gonna use Phoenix, just understand that it's a little bit more involved. You gotta make sure a little bit of RNG, make sure stuff lands and the mechanics of it. But you can do it easily.
Yeah, I never could 3-star because Nihilus' first turn always annihilates somebody with Phoenix. So at least Night Sister, you can get, remove his turn meter, he can never get a go. So that's a tough thing about the Phoenix is who's going to kill on the last stage.
Who will die?
DSP question for Ranger: is green good?
Well, of course it is. Have you seen my finger?
I smelled it. I say green is good. It's good for the environment. Go green. Smoke green.
Yeah.
Grow green.
Good. Yeah, that too.
Dale Venom 3 question: do you think Death Trooper's Death Mark paired with Sabine's Armor Shred is a good combo?
Yes. But the problem is trying to find the rest of the players to make it characters to make it work. I mean, you could run, say, like Phase 2 in the Sith Raid, right? You put in Death Trooper and you put in Sabine. Okay, well, what's the synergy that you're using to make those two characters work efficiently, right? I mean, really, if you look at Phase 3, you could go Death Trooper, CLS, OG Han, Chirrut, and Sabine, because you're putting Armor Shred and you're putting on Death Mark for Han. I've seen that happen before. That's one of the rare instances where you're not worried about the synergy, you just worry about the offensive capabilities of the characters and stuff. So there it could work, but it's a little bit trickier when you get outside of that that phase. So there's some possibilities.
Neo Venom 3 question: go Kansas City Royals.
How dare you, sir? Get out of here. No, it's a great franchise. It's a long story. Some really famous players. George Brett's one of my favorite players of all time. I still remember him running out for the old Pine Tar incident. I think they're gonna call him out, and here comes George Brett. I thought he was going to kill the umpire. Oh my God, he went crazy.
Like his legs were like kicking wildly as he was running out.
Oh my God, like a beast unleashed.
or something. Like, he was furious, boy.
Oh my god! You saw the cuss words coming out of him. Oh god!
He came up off that bench. That just turned around 180 and threw his arm up. Here he comes. He knew, boy.
Yeah, he was ready to just pound. Oh, they had to grab. Ooh, he was about to beat that ass of that umpire. Oh my god! Oh,
You know what you did.
yeah, it's a stupid rule, but whatever. You know why that rule was implemented? Is because Pines. It was because they didn't have as many baseballs as they do today. So Pine Tar would get on the baseball, and they couldn't. It was causing problems. So that's why they implemented the rule. But to call somebody out on a game-winning home run, I'd lose my crap too. Like, are you out of your mind?
I mean, this is like my fourth at bat with this bat. You've seen me up here with it.
Mm-hmm. No, the base hit was fine, but not the home run. Okay. Should have given the umpire 350. No, woman, that'd be bribing the umpire. All right.
Thoka, question for Ranger: how many porgs can a wampa eat in a sitting?
I think it would be like finger food for the wampa. I don't. As Dana, he eats they eat tauntauns and people. I mean, they're going to eat porgs. Let's just be real about it. If there was a bunch of porgs in there, he'd be like, nom 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 nom, cookies, nom 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 nom.
Like wings.
Mm-hmm. Just popping them in a few at a time. Nom, nom, nom. Those are his chicken wings.
If Ewoks can eat stormtroopers, why is it bad if Chewie eats a porg?
I don't understand.
I know this stuff happens. I just don't like to think about it. It makes me sad.
Well, we don't want a sad Dana.
Kazakagi, too easy. Question: can we get a Mario Party stream?
You'll have to talk to the Nimrod that is Finn on that one.
We could. I don't know how we would do multiplayer though. We have to see. Maybe there has to.
I think there are ways to do that. I think it's through like Tungle or something like that.
Yeah, we'll have to figure something out. But yeah, that's not out of the question.
Robert MCC 83, or I guess it would be Robert McC 83. Question: if you had to choose only one Night Sister Zeta, what would it be? Also, if you only had two.
If I only had two or one, one, it's Asajj lead.
Yeah, if you like Hat, then I would go Asajj unique. It's Towson's unique is
that
good.
would be the other one I would do. That would be the first two. If I only had
just two. I mean, you really want 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'm about to do the Mother Towson lead because it's needed. I've been trying to avoid that sucker, but I'm like, God dang it, I had to put the Zeta on her. Bastards.
I'm torn between her and Bastila lead.
I've already done Bastila. I did my Jedi, so now I was going to go more into like pure pro droid things of that nature, but I'm like, I got to do it. Damn it.
That's why I'm torn between Towson's lead. It's the last Night Sister I need, or going ahead and starting on my Jedi. I'm kind of like, right, I've got 18 Zeta, so I've got like a day to make up my mind.
All right.
Captain Obvious, question: if Porgs got added to the game, would they be support / heal / attacker?
I wouldn't know because I quit.
They'd be dinner. That's what they'd be.
If CG is listening, Carrie, all you need to do is introduce a Porg, and there's going to be no more Ranger rants. Just one more Ranger rant about Porgs, and then he's quitting. So I'm just throwing that out there.
See, you miss. I'm using reverse psychology because I would spend the rest of my time playing the game, doing nothing but killing Porgs and sending you all the videos.
Well, you wouldn't be able to kill all the Porgs. There would only be one. Ooh. Can you imagine that if there
over and over again? I would pick.
That would be like the greatest game ever. If it was like a game mode of Ugnaught versus Porg, and there's 5 Ugnaughts versus 5 Porg.
No, that's wrong, Finn. So basically, what I do is take every character and get the killing blow on the Porg and send you the videos.
I think that would be the greatest thing ever. Ugnaught versus Porg game mode, right there. Idea.
This isn't Godzilla versus King Kong. What are you talking about? That's what I thought. Next question, please. That's wrong. No, shut up.
Chewy, question. What niche faction is the best to focus on? Night Sister, Imperial Troopers, Bounty Hunters, or Ewoks?
Night Sisters.
Night Sisters.
I might go with Imperial Troopers, depending on where it's gilded.
Yeah.
Night Sisters.
I mean, Night Sisters for the Sith Raid, yeah, but I mean...
Character
Depends where
Wars.
you are. Not Ewoks. Ewoks is the last.
Is that the baby?
Cute.
Yeah, he's hanging out.
Hey! My young
Hi, baby.
apprentice
Okay,
sister.
baby. Imperial Troopers
Baby.
and Night Sister.
Have you been practicing your Force lightning abilities?
Now he's quiet.
Take your father's place by
He's
my
thinking.
side, and we can rule the galaxy. Kill him!
So does that mean Xylo's going to pick you up and throw you down a deep hole one day?
You're right. No! Like, what are you doing, Zot? Why are you doing this? Why are you throwing me over a ravine for?
He's gonna chop me down one day.
Strike him down.
Kazakage, too easy. Question. Ranger, can you do Foghorn Leghorn impression?
Yeah.
I'll say, everybody can. I'll say, boy, that boy's crazier than Dum Dum with the furnace.
I'm a chicken hawk. Do that little dude.
Little chicken hawk, yeah. I forgot about the chicken hawk. Boy, listen here, boy. Oh, Looney Tunes. Again, a name I haven't heard in a long time.
That's my mom's favorite cartoon character of all time, Foghorn Leghorn.
God. Him and the dog was going at it. Oh, God. All right, next question.
That was when cartoons were the best. That was like the golden era cartoons.
Oh, yes. When we were chitlins.
Marvin Martian. You could do Marvin Martian, right?
Of course, with my ray gun. I shall obliterate you. Oh, goody. My Exacto Destructo Ray is ready.
Chewy, question. When do you think they'll do the Night Sister zombie rework? And what do you think they're going to do? He keeps getting shit from a guildmate about putting up his Gear 12 or Gear 2 zombie.
Why are you getting crap? That's just stupid. Then your guild is... I mean, it's not your fault that you're taking advantage of what they put in the game. Why would they get angry at you? That's just kind of stupid.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But we don't know. They're still looking at it. It's going to be...
They said end of September, I think, is what they put in their post.
Rough outline, but it could be longer. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, I would suspect that they're still targeting end of September. And I mean, I think we have a kind of a general idea of what they need to do, right? Which is the benefit of a weak zombie is that you can kill it repeatedly. The downside of a strong zombie is that you can't kill it repeatedly. So chances are they're going to make it so that a higher level zombie is somehow getting a benefit of additional deaths. How they're going to do that, I don't know. But chances are that they are going to make it so that the zombie kind of dies a little bit more at higher levels, probably similar to one at a lower level, so you can kind of go either way still, and you're not penalized for going higher. But if you're mid-level, then you're screwed. So don't keep your zombie kind of sitting around Gear 8 or 9. So, but that's all, I mean, speculation at this point, but we kind of know what they have to do. If they rework zombie entirely, that's just going to piss off everyone.
Yeah, science.
Yeah, I mean, they have to keep her killable easy somehow at Gear 12. I mean, somehow they have to keep that mechanism going because that's the whole purpose of her kit.
Right.
Yep.
With
And there's other aspects, though, you also have to take into consideration, right? Because one of the things about a strong zombie is that it can hold a fracture. And honestly, part of the reason why I did it is because it does hold a fracture. It makes it so Thrawn is not really... I mean, I like the fact the zombie gets fractured, and it just kind of sits there, more than just killing it, because it kind of keeps the fracture away, and I don't know, it just seems to work better. A strong zombie also works against an Imperial Trooper team, so that you don't constantly have the kills on zombie. in order to trigger Snowtrooper as much. I mean, there are benefits to a strong zombie, but I mean, I think they're just going to make it so there's something that allows zombie to die more, and it might require specific abilities being mentioned or dealt with. How is it going to deal with fracture? How is it going to deal with percentage effects? Maybe it's going to be a little bit less effect or more effects from percentage stuff, kind of like Kylo Ren. So there's potential options. Main thing, test it.
Cool.
As long as they test it.
Doriason, question: what is the best way to defeat bounty hunters in territory war? Assuming all the meta teams are used up, so no CLS, Sith, JTR, Night Sisters, etc.
What was the team again? Sorry.
Doriason.
No. Read the first part. Which team are we trying to kill?
Bounty hunters.
Bounty hunters. Yeah.
Well, use your bounty hunters.
Yeah, I like mirror match with that too. Because just because you don't have as good of speed mods doesn't mean you can't beat them. As long as you have similar, like, comparable speed mods, your bounty hunters on offense is going to play better than the AI, so that's a good potential one.
If you're going up against a boss, Sidious is a good one to have for his healing immunity.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
DSP, question: anyone watch Ozark on Netflix? New season August 31st. It's great.
No.
What's Ozark?
I think it's about Arkansas, the Ozark Mountains. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I've not heard of that show, but that doesn't surprise me because there's a lot of stuff I don't hear about.
There's a lot of really good shows too. I just don't have the time. I'm still working on stuff to kill Finn in the D&D campaign. I must kill his character many times over.
Oh,
He intimidated me. I can't do
What
anything.
happened?
That's
now what happens when you kill a character off? Now, then does Finn have to start all over again?
Well, it depends on the situation, because in the game, clerics can, like, if I say I kill his character, unless it's so if a character goes below 0 hit points, all right, they have to. They're still just unconscious. They're like they're bleeding to death, right?
Okay.
But sometimes you can get hit with so much damage, you're just dead. There's no saving you. You're gone. But if you just get hit to where you're just unconscious, you can be healed and brought back. If you get to the point where they weren't able to get to you in time, they can do a res spell to bring you back. But it's a little bit more intricate to do that. So magic kind of allows you to do that, but there's some instances where it's like, Finn, you took 200 points of damage, and you no longer, I mean, there's no saving you. So
yeah, once you're below -10, you're like dead.
Like say you had 2 hit points, and I hit him for 40 with the weapon attack. Then there's no death saving throw, that he's dead. So they have to immediately try to get him res, because if they don't, then So and then in that case, you roll another character. I mean, death is a part of the campaign. I just set up the encounters, but because of the dice roll, I have no control over stuff in combat and other things. Characters make a choice. There are consequences and rewards for it. So, you never know in a D&D campaign what can happen. I joke, but I don't intentionally go out trying to kill players, but it happens. There's just nothing you can do about it. It's like, I didn't expect you to do
Grim
that.
almost died.
Yeah.
I think Grim's almost died twice.
Yeah,
multiple times.
That's because Grim's being all brave, like, aha, I shall attack all these.
No, it's just because I'm squishy.
I shall backstab you. I shall get in melee range of a big creature to hit him in the back.
Right.
Whack.
So Grim's like Leroy Jenkins, basically.
Werewolf.
No, he's doing it with more purpose than that. But yeah.
It's just been random, and like. It's just the way it is. There's nothing you can do about it.
Can a player use a spell on another player?
Can you do what now?
Yeah, I burned Andrew's character.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, could I use a spell on Finn's character if I would really want to be a butthole?
Yeah,
just for spite?
But then you would suffer consequences for that. So if you murdered Finn's character, 1, your alignment would change. 2, there's a lot of consequences for that, right? So...
I just wondered hypothetically if that was even a possibility for it being...
So, but there's friendly fire. You didn't mean to do something, and something happens, and you kill a character. I've seen that happen.
I would never do that.
Well, no, you're not trying to, but it happens. I did a spell, and it backfired, and one of the other characters got obliterated. It just happens, so...
I just wonder...
Ranger's been pretty nice to us because normally you can't shoot into melee without a chance of hitting your friends. So,
well, you used to be able to, but there was a feat that you needed. They changed D&D 5 a lot. From
They did.
3,
I
so
mean, I still in the last battle, I was still rolling the arrow just to hit people, but it just they were awful. That wind wall really made a big difference too. So it just worked out that way. But there are circumstances where, yeah, if you're running behind someone and the arrow misses, I always roll to see if it's going to hit something else. But most of the times, I make the percentage chance really high for that to happen because you're not really aiming for the target. So unless it's like a really, really lucky roll, you're not going to. And even if you do, I always do half damage because, it wasn't as intended target. So there's ways you can play it and stuff. So everybody has a different way of doing it. All right. Any other questions Stanley?
We've got 3 more.
Let's do them.
Stama Osbuff, question: Mother Talzin Zeta led Night Sister team on territory war, defense, or Asajj? Seems like more people have more of a problem with Mother Talzin.
I think Asajj is a better lead on defense. Talzin just better on offense. It is. I have to admit.
I disagree a little bit though. But
no, I know you do.
Yeah,
but you're wrong.
I love Talzin on defense as lead because it gives you more chances to res if the people don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Night Sisters are really easy to kill with Imperial Troopers. But if you don't know what you're doing, then you're just going to allow Talzin to keep on resing people. So between Daka and Talzin, it's really easy to start recovering people if you don't know how to beat the Night Sisters. So I like Talzin lead.
Well,
to your point, though, Ranger, Asajj is better against more competent, at the higher levels where people are more focused on TW.
Mm-hmm.
In lower levels, not everyone is focused on TW, and there's a lot of guilds that don't have people that are always in the top 50 of Arena, right? So they're not facing these teams regularly and don't know how to counter them. So it depends also on where your competition level lies. I think the lower you are, the more viable Talzin is. And the higher you are, the better Asajj is.
Yeah, and then to note, the reason why I like Asajj on offense is because, the turn meter reduction, you can kind of control that a little more. And then, like Finn said too, with Talzin, you get the res, and it seems to hold a little better on defense. So,
well, the thing is, for Basilisk teams, you want Mother Talzin lead. If your Night Sisters are a good counter to that.
Well, offense is a completely different thing because offense.
But on defense, I just like Asajj better. But I can see your point about lower end players and stuff. A little bit less of a learn. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Ray's side piece question around the corn. How's everybody's territory war going? My guild is dominating.
Yeah, same. We have a good battle going on with the Alliance beta. Let's check the scores on sports.
A tight one.
That's why I'm shaking that.
Wasn't a tight one, Finn.
Also, quick note too. Mighty Chlorians 2 just hit 180 million GP.
I saw that.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Yeah, they're trying to make a late push here, but. They still got 4 zones left. We've already cleared them, but they're pushing hard. I wouldn't be surprised if they do clear us. I mean, wouldn't surprise me one bit. But Alliance Beta giving us a good run.
Yeah, it's a great match, man.
We're down about 2,000 and getting ready to knock out the territory. So it'd be close.
We're DSP, is that what we're at now? They're 7 points ahead, or we are?
7 points. Ugh, I hate those matches.
I know it was close. I went in and I was doing that one event, and it was poor planning on my part. I had 2 raids going on at noon and 12:30, and I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen again. I think everybody's focused on that and not on the territory war. So this would be our first loss
yesterday
in a long time. I think we've won 8 or 9 in a row.
Yeah, we had 3
Something
raids
like that.
yesterday, and I think
Yeah.
everybody was more into the raids than they were territory war for the most part of the day.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, I saw Andrew Sweeney's was funny. He posted a picture and said this was like the fastest territory war ever. And we looked,
Oh, I
and he
saw
basically
that.
had like a full clear within an hour. And I was like, holy crap, they must have cheesed defense. And then I saw their banners. They had a total of 800 banners, meaning they didn't even like put things on defense. It's basically, yeah, let's just get 2 Zetas and call it. It was one
I
of the
like their
funniest-
style.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? We know we're not going to try it, so let's just make it so we're definitely not trying.
Yeah, probably one person, each member set one team on defense just to get banners. That was probably it.
I mean, okay.
Chomper BZ question: counters to Basta lead that don't draw from the current meta in territory war or can doesn't really matter. Just haven't seen much about them.
Night Sisters is the easiest one, I think. I mean, you can use Jedi Training Ray, but
You could do the Kira lead with Ginger Ninja.
yeah. Yeah, you could do Kira and Enfys. That one works really well. Although I know a lot of people are putting that on defense now. I mean, there are other ones, but you're saying that don't pull from the current meta. So like GK Bears with a Nihilus is a really good one. But again, problem is Nihilus. He's going to be on defense. Jedi Training Ray is one you can use in order to beat Bastila teams, but that's kind of a meta team. So, yeah, I'm not sure of other ones. Those would be the first ones that I would think of.
Again, I blame Finn.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Any other questions?
DSB question: was CG drunk when they gave us some characters worthless gear 12 plus gear other than speed?
No.
I like the stats. They got high physical damage, high health. I mean, I'll take it.
What was the
70
question?
critical chance.
How drunk are you, Finn? Is the question.
Oh, I'm never drunk, but I don't.
Was CG drunk when they gave some characters worthless gear 12 plus gear other than speed?
They've done it. This was even before Gear 12, though. Like Biggs has pieces that do special damage, special damage in order to get him to Gear 12. Like it's not. They've done this a lot. I think they're just trying to figure out ways to balance gear. But I mean, it's not the first time they've done it, so it's not a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's why I wasn't sure what the question was referring to, because it's not just with Gear 12 pieces. It's been in the game for a while.
I try to say, nah.
And we're done.
Yay! Finn closes out.
Goodbye.
There you go. See, this is why
Peace.
Finn sucks. I give you quality intros and endings, and Finn just jerks off. Try again, Finn.
So thank you all for watching. When you're looking for lunchtime entertainment, we appreciate the fact that you've chosen Reality Skewed Gamers.
That's right.
So we will tonight have our regular weekly Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We are, I believe, on week 114 straight.
14 or 15?
14. I think last week was 13.
Oh, so many.
So 114 now. So, so we've been doing this for quite a while. We have a lot of things to talk about, such as Aura Singh, Houndstooth, as well as the Cad Bane rework. So we have a lot of things going on that we're going to be discussing, plus whatever else they may be dropping in the meantime. And then on Saturday, if you guys still have questions, you can join us on Jedi Academy, which is a pure question and answer stream. And a little bit of a fun announcement here. We do have a new panelist that will be joining us on Jedi Academy.
Ooh.
Should I announce it?
Yes.
It is Jedi Master Adastra.
Yes.
Nice.
So she will be one of our regular ones. She came on one
That's
time
awesome.
in order to fill in and did a really good job, and everyone seemed to like her. And so we asked her to be on, and she's going to be joining us now on Jedi Academy. So definitely check us out on Saturday and bring your questions. Again, it's a 2-hour pure question and answer stream, so you guys can join us then. And otherwise, we will see you at tomorrow's lunch stream again at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where you guys can join us and have some more fun during a lunch hour.
Don't forget the Patreon.
Oh, yeah. And if you guys would like to support us, there is information in the description of the YouTube video. It is for the Patreon, the PayPal, and the YouTube sponsorship. Patreons get certain benefits that you can only get through Patreon. So if you go to our Patreon page, you will see what you get for being different levels of patrons. And you can get all of the information there. All the money that you guys give us basically goes to support the channel and kind of make it better. We're going to be adding some new things here shortly in order to make our streams better and interact a little bit more. So definitely make sure you check that out.
That's science.
I'll mention this too. If you become a YouTube member, so now it's not called sponsorship, it's called membership. If you guys become a YouTube member, then before our live stream today, around and we'll post it in the VIP chat, around 7:30 or so, we do kind of a pre-stream, so you guys can see kind of how we set up, and you guys can, and only the people that are members will be able to chat in the chat box. So all VIPs will get access, but only the YouTube sponsors or members will be able to kind of talk with us as we're setting up, and you can see Ranger yelling at me to give him some last minute things to do, and the usual stuff that you may not see. So it's a little bit of a behind the scenes thing. So if you guys do become members, make sure you do it now before the live stream tonight.
There you go. And make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video, guys, and subscribe if you haven't. All that stuff really adds up, and it really does help us out quite a lot. So on behalf of myself, the lovely Dana Descent, Dr. Finn Medicine Woman, Grim the Mechanic, Singly the Soulless One, and the Snake in the Grass and Self-Comb Cobra, thank you all for stopping by. We really appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you tonight. Peace.